Here you are, Jimmy, drink up your num-nums, she sang merrily. I accepted the 32-ounce baby bottle with blocks and giraffes and reluctantly began nursing the warmed milk. I had begun to suspect it was laced with a mild sedative and diuretic. This was in order to better control me. It wasn't for nothing that my crib mattress had a waterproof sheet covering it. Taking my hand, she led me over to the changing table. A low, padded and vinyl-covered surface 6 inches above the floor to sit me down upon. I see your mommy has begun putting plastic panties over your trainers during the day, Brooke observed with a trace of surprise in her voice. Are you wetting during the daytime too now? Her pointed question made me blush furiously. But she seemed oblivious to my discomfort. I had an accident, the other day, I mumbled as I stared down at the pink carpeted floor, unable to look into her pretty green eyes. Well, I'm not surprised, she said casually. A big sissy like you really should be in diapers all the time, not just for bedtimes. I'll bet Denise will be making a few changes around here before too long. I winced inwardly at the idea of losing my last connection to adulthood. However pathetic it was. Please don't tell her to do that, I pleaded with her. Everyone knows what a bedwetter you are. If you can't keep your panties dry during the day, she'll have no other choice, she quipped. Now drink up, sissy, she insisted as she put the bottle back to my lips, effectively ending our conversation. We don't have all night. I pouted helplessly as Brooke snaked my yellow plastic panties down from my thick cotton training pants and put them aside for later use. Still dry for now, she mused aloud. Oh well, not for long. Down came my trainers. Brooke giggled as she looked down at my caged. You didn't really think you were going to be able to satisfy Denise with this, did you? She asked. Not sure if her question was meant rhetorically. I shrugged lamely and continued nursing from my bottle while my cheeks burned with shame. This is so small, it's of no good to anyone. I think it is just as well she decided to lock it up. How long has it been now? She asked as she began gathering the thick cotton diapers next to her. 2 months, I said in barely a whisper. Well, only 1 more month to go, sissy. That shouldn't be any problem, she said with a confidence she couldn't possibly feel. More likely, she just didn't care. No. This is where you belong, she said as she slid a tall but soft stack of preformed diapers under my raised rump. Securely pinned into a thick, thirsty set of baby diapers with some snug plastic panties to keep your childish wetting under control. I want to get up and run from the room. However, I was forced to sit there and endure her humiliating comments. Just take a look at these, she said brightly as she held up a fluffy white diaper. So soft and comfy, with a nice soaker strip sewn through the middle for heavy wetters like you. Just then, Denise strolled into the room unannounced, looking as if she were almost ready to leave. Hi Brooke, how's it coming in here? She asked, completely ignoring me. Just changing the sissy into his diapers for the night, she replied with crisp efficiency. Looking over the top of my upraised bottle, I drank in the awe-inspiring sight of my wife, framed within the doorway. She hadn't yet put on her dress and her fabulous body was impossible to ignore. Her tall, 5-inch stiletto heels lent her a commanding presence. I reflected with gloominess, looking down at me with an enchanting smile on her face. I could plainly see Denise was excited about her date. It was equally clear she was pleased to see me under control and out of her hair, being put into my diapers and readied for bed like an incontinent toddler. Can you help me with the zipper of my cocktail dress when you're done? She asked Brooke. Sure thing. We're just about done here, she replied as she shook fragrant baby powder over my body. It was terribly embarrassing to be in this position. Her manner towards me was so completely unfeeling. One might have thought she was folding laundry. Denise turned on her heel. I was briefly treated to one momentary view of her body as she returned to her bedroom. Your mommy seems very happy with her new boyfriend, Brooke said as she drew one side of my diapers up and pinned it to the other corner at my hips. I think this is date number 3. My spirit sank while I was confined to my nursery. Don't look so grumpy, Jimmy, she chided me as she drew up the other side and pinned it in place. You should be happy for her that she's found a man that can finally take care of her. We both know you were never going to be able to do that. My eyes moistened with tears and I looked away. Too ashamed to look my pretty babysitter in the face. Taking a pair of shiny white nursery print waterproof panties. She shook them out with a flourish as she held them up before me. What do you think, Jimmy? Do you think these will look fashionable with your Disney princess top? I squirmed with embarrassment as she smiled down on me in anticipation. Or would you prefer these cute pink panties with the lace? She asked as she briefly picked up a polka dot pair of vinyl panties with white lace around the legs and waist.